So last weekend I released a 4-page elemental study packet. I talked about the Pisces section on the water page, but we're now in Aries under the tropical system, so let's look at that section on the fire page. Here we have the Aries symbol, which represents not only a ram, but also a sprout, and to me is very similar to the top of the Taurus field. And notice that Aries starts with A, and a lot of symbolism related to Aries lines up with this nicely. As an example, the letter A always reminds me of a pyramid, with the top part being the capstone. And when you look at the word pyramid, there's even a ram right in the middle of it. Aries ushers in spring after a long winter at the equinox, which we just entered. Aries is a cardinal sign, which makes sense to kick off a new astrological year. As I'm sure most of you know, Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war. The fiery sun is exalted in Aries, while Pluto is also recognized in some circles. Venus, on the other hand, a well-known feminine sign, doesn't do well with Aries, so it's considered to be in a detrimental state within the sign. Libra is considered the polarity of Aries, since they're across from each other on the ecliptic. At the beginning of each of these signs, there's equal parts day and night because they both start with an equinox. In fact, the scales of Libra, in part, is a symbolic reference to this balance. Tropically, Aries occurs between roughly March 20th and April 19th, and under the sidereal system, Aries isn't until around April 13th or so, and goes through May 14th. Aries governs the first house, which includes themes of beginnings and the self, and there's a very strong individualistic element to Aries, and I would say with fire signs in general. There's a head and face correspondence with Aries that I always find interesting, and I usually think of the ram's horns as a good indication of this. The mantra for Aries is I Am, which brings to mind many things I just mentioned, and is something that we should probably unpack at some point, because there's a lot to say about that statement. The Emperor card is most often associated with Aries, and many depictions of this card are orange or red, just like Mars, the red planet. And last in the Aries section is its cell salt correspondence, which is potassium phosphate. And for more context, let's check out this set of fiery icons. The alchemical symbol for fire is an upward triangle, which implies a projective energy. The circular symbol is just a circle, but I believe this taps into a tradition regarding fire as the closest element to spirit. Here's its graphic correspondence, which looks like a simple flame. And then notice how pointy and triangular the tetrahedron is. I hope that was helpful and expands your awareness of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. This 4-page packet, by the way, is now a Name Your Price digital offering for the foreseeable future. Check the link in my bio for more info.